Hey, everybody. Welcome to September and welcome to day one of my 30-day self-care challenge. Thank you for visiting my channel and checking out my page. I hope that you find something helpful for you during these next 30 days. So just so you know, this little hand you see is my 6-month-old son. I have two. The other one is 4. So he is my partner here today with me. So I decided to do this challenge to not only offer anyone who wanted to learn about self-care some tips and suggestions about self-care, but to also motivate you to make self-care a priority. So I found this great quote. I love it. I don't know who said it, but it states, self-care is not selfish. It's essential. I want you to look at it this way. If you don't keep gas in your car, it will not run. It won't go anywhere. Your car needs gas. If it's electric, it needs electricity running through it, right? If it does not have those things, if it's not charged, if it's not full or has some level of gas in it, it will not work and you will go nowhere. And if you frequently drive your car until you're on empty before you fill it back up, you can actually cause more damage to your car, making it more difficult to drive it, in the future. That's how important it is to maintain the car. Our mental health is the same way. So I'm not talking about mental illness or mental disorders. Maintaining good mental health is what every single one of us needs to do. And it can help for sure if you do have a mental illness or disorder. But you oftentimes will need quite a bit more than just a self-care routine. So I'm talking about maintaining our good mental health. Every one of us needs to maintain it in order to be productive, to accomplish our goals, to be present, and to grow and change. When we ignore our mental health, we can create more problems for ourselves than we realize, just like the car. Making things more difficult for us. We can't think clearly. We can't operate well. We're just not our best selves if our mental health is not being taken care of. Just like your physical health. If you don't eat well, you could develop diabetes. You see, if you don't take care of your mental health, it can lead to a mental illness. Just like if you don't take care of your body, it can lead to an illness. I hope that was helpful for someone today. So, every one of us needs to maintain good mental health. That is very important. When we ignore it, it just doesn't bode well for success, whatever success looks like for you. So self-care is the most effective way to help us maintain good mental health. Self-care can look different for every one of us. There isn't necessarily a right or wrong way of doing it as long as you're taking care of yourself, right? For some people, self-care may look like keeping food in the fridge or snacks in your purse or in the car, right? For others, it could look like exercise or moving your body on a regular basis. It's all dependent on what is needed for your body in this season and in this time of life. So this month, I want to challenge you to make self-care a priority. I want to offer you some simple and practical ways to take better care of yourself when you're busy. You know why? Because I'm busy, right? I just started my own private practice, just had a baby. I didn't plan on all of those things happening like that at the same time, but it did. Let's see what else. Like I said, I got a 4-year-old. He is starting pre-K tomorrow. So this is my first experience in that world, going from daycare to pre-K, right? So I'm pretty busy. I'm a wife. I serve at my church. I actually have a few ventures going on for me right now. So I'm pretty busy. So if I can do it, I hope that you will feel encouraged to do it yourself, right? So like I said, it can look different for you. You are more than welcome to modify these activities. Choose what works best for you. So I created a free printable that might be helpful for some people who like to plan or like to have the full list in front of them so they can follow along. So that printable, like I said, is free. You can track your progress. You can take notes on how the challenge has been going for you this month. And you can get that free printable by going to my website, mindfuledgesolutions.com. And that's in the description of this video. And I'll put it in, put it in the comments. See if I can do that. Mindful Ed Solutions. So it'll be there when you come back to this video. So I hope you will follow along with me this month and take just a few minutes out of your day to make self-care a priority. Like I said, you can choose to do one new activity every day, which I'm doing. So I'm doing all of these activities with you if you're following along. You can choose to do it that way. Or you can choose to get the printable and choose 2 to 3 of the activities from that list. I wouldn't do any more than that. You could choose at least 2 to 3, or at the most 2 to 3, and practice them every single day for the next 30 days to see how you like them, right? So that way it can help you decide, if you really want to stick with them moving forward. So you don't have to go in order. You can do it however you want to. You can modify, you can change them up, you can change your mind, right? You get to choose because it's really about what works for you. If the activity is stressful, it's not self-care, okay? If it's uncomfortable, it can still be self-care. You may just not be used to doing something like that. So day 1, today we are talking about a worry box. Start a worry box. I know it doesn't sound like a self-care activity, but it actually is. So for some of us, we tend to have difficulty letting things go. We worry about what we did or said yesterday, last week, last month, or maybe even last year, right? We are concerned about what might be coming up next, or we might be concerned about when something unpredictable will come and trip us up. You saying hey to the people? Starting a worry box can help you to release some of those worries, those fears, those concerns, and free up some of your mental and physical energy. Yeah. So that you can do more important things like read a book, plan an event, write that email that you've been meaning to write, start a scrapbook, create a business, create some structure for your family, for your kids. It can free up your mind to be able to do that. Worry and anxiety can cloud our thinking and make it very difficult to think clearly, rationally, and objectively. Yes. There are many ways that you can start a worry box. You can get an old shoe box, you can decorate it or not. You can put a hole in the top so you can cover it up. You can use a basket if you want. Anything, any type of receptacle, something to put the worries in, right? You can also use a notes app on your phone. You can email it to yourself. You can dedicate a whole journal to just worries, right? You could create a blog that's private and you're the only one that can see it. You could create a vlog and create a YouTube channel just for you and have all the videos set privately, just so you can share, what you're feeling, what you're thinking. However you choose to do that. Once you choose how you want to do the worry box, I want you to take a few minutes and write out some of your worries. You can even time yourself. For us busy people, give yourself 5 minutes, 10 minutes maybe, and write either detailed information about what you're worried about or just write a bullet list. You can do Post-it notes, one thing per Post-it note, or you can dedicate one Post-it note to everything. Then put those worries in the worry box, right? Put them in the box, put them in the basket, put them in that notes app, say it out loud in a video, blog, whatever you choose to do, journal, put it in there and then put it away. Don't throw it away. Put it away. I have a good follow-up for you. Put it away. Put it on top of the shelf. Put it on the top shelf in the closet. Put it in a drawer. As long as you know where it is, put it away. It helps you to get a sense of that feeling of distancing yourself from the worry, right? So then once you put it away, I want you to choose what language works best for you. But I want you to say something to the nature of, I'm leaving this here. I have no control over the things that I worry about. You could also say, I'm handing this over to God. I can't take care of it. I can't handle it. God can. So God, I'm leaving this with you. Your worry box might be representative of putting things at his feet, right? Or I'm done worrying about this thing. I can't change it. And then I want you to move on. Move on. You may not move on with concerning that immediately, whatever that thing is, but in that moment, you've stated your worries, you put them on paper or you put them in the app, you put the worry box away. You close the app, put your phone down, whatever it is. I want you to then move on and do something more positive. Focus your time and energy on something you can control or that you can change. Like some of the things I mentioned before, pick up a book, organize some area in your house. Intentionally choose to move on to the next thing. Now, when those worries come back up, because in most cases they will, then add it to your worry box again. I know it seems ridiculous, right? I already put it in there. Why would I do it again? Do it again. If you typed it up, you could either type it again or create some type of system where you put a star next to it every time the worry comes up. I want you to intentionally put it in the worry box. It's really important. Again, it helps you to create the sense of distancing yourself from it. So this can help you to see how often you might have worried about something, but it also can help you to see some progress. So I want you to give yourself patience. I want you to give yourself time. Letting things go can be a process for some of us. By intentionally writing things down, the thing you worry about over and over and over again, or noting that it still worries you, and making that declaration to yourself of, I can't control it. I'm leaving this in God's hands. I'm moving on. I'm choosing to move on. It's a process, right? But you stating it helps you to move forward in that process. Sometimes doing this process, it creates that distance, right? And it helps to shine a light on something that's dark in your life. It can turn a mountain into a molehill. It's been sitting in this dark corner in your mind, and you're making it bigger than it really is. You realize this really isn't as bad as I thought it was. When you give yourself time, when you distance yourself from it, when you intentionally put it away. Sometimes you get so frustrated with yourself. I am sick and tired of worrying about this thing. I have put this thing in the worry box 10 times today, right? So it can really help you to see how much time you're wasting worrying about things that you can't change. That too can help facilitate some change for you. When we get sick and tired, that's when we change. So after a while, you notice that the thing that you made time to address, listen to what I'm saying, you will see that the thing that you made time to address by challenging it and giving it away, putting it away, you realize with time that it's gone. You realize I stopped worrying about that. You might choose to check in on that worry box a week, a month later, and you might realize I haven't even picked up the worry box in a while. Go back in. Look at the things that you were worrying about in the past when you're ready. And actually, you can turn it into gratitude. Because you might see that God had opened a door in that area, that God had resolved something, that thing that you thought could not be resolved, that door that you thought was sealed off, mending a broken relationship or healing your broken heart. You might see that the thing you worried about really wasn't anything to be worried about at all. So give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to sit with those worries for a little bit. Write them out. Cry about it if you want to. If you don't, do a bulleted list, put it away, right? But this helps you to begin the process of letting it go. Even if you have to do it 100 times before it's finally gone, watch and see how with time some of your worries just might disappear. So I hope this was helpful for you and that you challenge yourself to do this exercise, even if just for today. These videos and tips are not a substitute for therapy. Even though I am a licensed clinical mental health counselor, this is not therapy, and it is not meant to substitute therapy, right? Oh, no, don't do that. It's not meant to substitute therapy. There are some worries that are so ingrained in our brain and thinking and our mindset that we may need a little bit more help to work through them. There's no need to feel ashamed about that. All of us need help with something, right? If that's you, I encourage you to find a mental health counselor in your area and schedule an appointment. And if you need resources for that, I can help you. For those of you who may be looking for some specific strategies on how to create more space in your life for yourself in the midst of parenting, adulting, and whatever else fills your day, and could use some coaching, stay connected as I will be sharing more information about my life coaching services. So I'll be sharing that throughout these next 30 days. So check me out again here on YouTube tomorrow as we continue our 30-day challenge of self-care. Join my mailing list and get the free 30-day self-care printable at mindfuledgesolutions.com. And subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of the videos. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And like I said, you can visit my website. I hope you found something helpful for you today. I hope that you choose to take some time for yourself for just a few minutes each day for the rest of this month. So join me tomorrow for day 2. I hope you all have a great day. Share this video with someone that you think it might be helpful for. Stay mindful.